Welcome to Trending Upward, and on today's episode, we're going to be looking at Biblical Restoration, Part 3, and that is, who is to restore the fallen? Galatians 6 and verse 1, Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. The first emphasis today is on the who of restoration. Who is to help recover the fallen? We will place our emphasis on ye which are spiritual. So the who of restoration are those who are filled with the Spirit and walking with the Lord. With this, they have the strength of the Lord upon their life as they are yielded to Him. This is vital as the restorer will need His light, His power, and His guidance. So biblical restoration is a job for the spiritual. Scripture states, ye which are spiritual. So if we're having a bad day in the flesh, then it is not the time to create an opportunity to restore someone. If we're honest, then we know that we can be spiritual at times, but also in the flesh at times. According to this passage, we would both qualify at times and disqualify ourselves at times to attempt to restore someone. I would say that even as a pastor, I must be sensitive to where I am spiritually. Being a pastor is not a qualification that we find here. Being spiritual is the qualification. So what is another day of waiting? What is another week of waiting? When another day or another week of waiting on the right spirit is not only right, but needed. Notice this, it can take years to build a bridge, while taking only moments to burn one. Now, if it takes God to build a bridge, then it'll take God to sustain that same bridge. If you and I cannot build a bridge, then it'll not be you and I to sustain that bridge. There must be a bridge between the restorer and the fallen. When I think of the spiritual, I think of the fruits that the spiritual will be characterized by. We'd be naive to say that the fallen do not need to experience these fruits as they overflow from the life of a restorer. In Galatians 5 and verses 22 through 23, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. So these fruits will be used of God in both building and sustaining bridges. When it comes to the fallen, they need to experience your love, your long-suffering, your gentleness, your goodness, your meekness, and your temperance towards them. The fallen will also see and take notice of your joy and your peace that you get from God. We would say that joy and peace are both greatly desired fruits. I firmly believe that God can use a child of God that is characterized by these fruits more so than He can any other believer. These fruits are especially essential in the life of the restorer as they are seeking to restore the fallen. And one of these fruits are specifically mentioned by being an essential component to the recovery process, and that fruit of the Spirit is meekness. And we will look at that more next week.